Feuchamaich Ye Scots the Celtic podcast. Kimraha Huladunya, how is everyone? On today's show in Feuchamaich Beagan Gaidhlig, that's Let's Try Little Gaelic. Part 5 of my beginner's Gaelic lessons, basic preposition ek. In Celtic history, Scotia, the Egyptian princess that gave Scotland its name. In everyday Celtic ways, a black ghost dog of Rosslyn Castle. In Celtic music we have Anne Martin, Karen Casey, Rachel Newton, Cara Dillon, and the Sky Boat Song from the authentic Scottish castle music album. And as always, it's a wee bit of Irish trivia to start us off. According to legend, the devil spat out what part of Ireland? Alright. Check out the Olde Scot Facebook group where you can be a part of the Celtic culture, and keep an eye out for all the different videos our YouTube channel and Facebook group have to offer. Feuchamaich, let's kick this thing off.
Dort na mo
Scottish Gaelic is native to the Gaels of Scotland. Scottish Gaelic developed out of the Old Irish, and learning this beautiful language can be a direct link to your Gaelic ancestors. Follow along in Feuchamaich Beagan Gaidhlig, and like I said, let's try a little Gaelic. Feuchamaich Olde Scot the Beginner's Gaelic Course. Kimraha Huladunya, how is everyone? Looky there, you already know how to say welcome to and how is everyone. Alright, in the next 25 lessons of Feuchamaich Beagan Gaidhlig, that's Let's Try a Little Gaelic, with a little work you can gain a rudimentary understanding of the Scottish Gaelic language. Now, these lessons were taken from my weekly podcast beginning back on May 15th of 2020. So if you like, you can listen to them there as well. But please remember that I am not an authority on the Gaelic language. I just love learning it. I struggle like most all learners, and so what I teach comes right from well-respected Gaelic teachers. I hope you find it interesting, informative, and fun, and as always, I display on the screen what I'm discussing so you can follow along. Alright, Kersh Maha, which means, alright then, let's get started. Lesson 5. And as always, I'll display on the screen what I am discussing. Now, we're going to talk about some basic prepositions, and the first prepositional pronoun, ek. Now, there are some basic prepositions which can be used to discuss where somebody might be. And the first one is on, or ounce, which is in. Now, if you wanted to use ounce in a sentence, it'd be like ounce a car, in the car. And if you want to use it with the indefinite article, oun boxa, in a box, or the definite article, ounce a voxa, in the box. Alright. That's kind of how I'm going to do this. So, next one is air, which means on, and use that in a sentence. Air lavord, on the table. Alright, indefinite article, air broke, on a shoe, or the definite article, air avroke, on the shoe. Alright, the next one is ek, which means at. Alright, use it in a sentence. Akahu, at the dog, and the indefinite article, achrut, at a road, or the definite article, acharat, at the road. Alright, the next one is phone, which is under. Phonachora, under the sheep. The indefinite article is phokriv, under a tree, or the definite article, phone achriv, under the tree. Alright. Now, Gaelic does not have a verb to have. So in Gaelic, the preposition ek, at, is one way to indicate possession. For example, ha car ach Mari. A car is at Mary. And nachach ach Ian. The cats are at Ian. Now, whenever pronouns are used together with prepositions, special combination words are used. Here are the prepositional pronouns for ek, which is at, remember, used here to indicate possession. Alright, I'm going to put up a little diagram, and you'll be able to see how these prepositional pronouns are made. You start off with the pronoun, me, u, a, e, shin, shiv, or iat. You add ak, and then that gives you the prepositional pronoun. So, me and ek becomes ekum, which means at me. U and ek put together is eket, means at you. A and ek, eka, at him. E and ek, eka, at her. Shin and ek, eken, at us. Shiv and ek, ekiv, at you, plural. And iat and ek, eka, meaning at them. All right, for example, ha cat ekam, I have a cat. Avail cat aket, do you have a cat? And genial tai eka, he does not have a house. All right, I'm going to give you a little bit of vocabulary here. Adjectives, ard, which is tall or high, and wavasak, which is terrible or awful or very. It can actually be good or bad. If you wanted to say it's hami wavasak ma, I am terribly good. I am very, very good. Okay, glay va means very good. Wavasak ma means very, very good. Okay, it's just like being emphatic about it. All right, adverbs. Cho is so. Ro is to or excessively. Then we have some conjunctions. Ak is but, and agus is and. All right, I got a couple sentences here, 6 of them, for you to translate into English. Number 1, Chanel kar ak morak. 2, Hakat agus ku akam. 3, Avail and Tai aken. 4, Ha and Tai cho hey. 5, Ha ku akam snuk. 6, Nakael and Tai ard. Keep up the great work and look forward to lessons 6 through 10. Asking questions, numbers, and some useful vocabulary, answering questions, months, days, and telling time. All right.
Voel
Celtic history brings you the tales of the land, castles, warriors, heroes, legends, and customs that have created the rich, vibrant, and sometimes strange and wonderful history of the Celtic world. Why is Scotland called Scotland? Now, according to legend, Scotia was the daughter of one of Egypt's pharaohs, probably Ramses II, but regardless of her father, it's clear that Scotia was of African descent. Gaidhlig, the son of the king of Greece, was exiled in Egypt where he worked in the pharaoh's castle. He met and married Scotia. They were expelled from Egypt and fled to Spain before finding their way into Scotland. The reasons for their expulsion vary, including the death of the pharaoh in the Red Sea during Moses' time, the upheavals in their country, and an invasion by Ethiopians who took advantage in the vacuum of power after the pharaoh's death. Now, they didn't stay in Spain long and moved on for some unknown reason and discovered an island which they named Hibernia. They spent some time there where the people they ruled over called them Scotia or Scoti. They later traveled further on and discovered a new island where they settled with the natives, where they grew their new kingdom. This was Scotland, although not called that yet. In Ireland, they lived peacefully, and their descendants became the kings of Ireland. In Scotland, they struggled to expand their kingdom, and later returned to Ireland, which wasn't called that then either. Now, centuries later, the descendants of Scotia and Gaidhlig were known as the Scoti, and they went back to Scotland to help defeat the Picts at the bequest of the Romans. However, they were unable to accomplish this. The island is named Scotland after this Egyptian princess, and the people who came after her, who the Romans called Scoti. Now, this legend, whether true or not, was the reason that the Caledonians, the Hibernians, Romans, the Irish in Dalriada, and the various Pictish tribes called a certain race of people Scoti, who would become so ingrained in the peoples of northern Britain that the early Vikings of Scotland, who call it that because they believe these people were their ancient ancestors. Now, also, Scotia came to the British Isles in and around the year 1300 BC. And over the next, few centuries, this name Scoti was established for her descendants. When the Vikings arrived in the British Isles in 794 AD at Lindisfarne, almost 2,000 years later, the name Scoti was well established. Now, soon after the Vikings' arrival, the first king of Scots, Kenneth I MacAlpin, founded the state he called Scotland in 843. Now, actually, it wasn't even called Scotland then. He was just called the King of the Scots. Now, while many still believe these are just legends, a historian has come out to say that it is actually a true story. To some extent, Ralph Ellis has authored a new book, Scotia, Egyptian Queen of the Scots. where he says that the story of Scotia is real and was the subject of an ancient text, the History of Egypt, written in 300 BC by an Egypto-Greek historian called Manetho. Wow, that's kind of cool.
Wish I was in heaven high, for night and day I just wait and cry, and from my arms he flew one night to where I cannot. Wish I had the wings to fly, for in this world he left no signs. Maybe someday he'll bring me back to where I cannot. Maybe someday we'll meet again in where I cannot find. La 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 la.
Everyday Celtic Ways brings you the mythology, traditions, and customs that have created a unique and personal culture that still affects those that are Celtic and those that just love the Celtic world. The Black Ghost Dog of Rosslyn. In Tam O'Shanter, Robert Burns writes about the devil appearing in the form of a black dog and leading the macabre celebrations at Kirk Alloway. He writes, "There sat Old Nick, in shape of beast, a towsy tyke, black, grim, and large." Now, tyke is a Scots word for dog. Significantly, Rosslyn Castle is said to be haunted by a black, ghostly dog. Many an honorable and upright citizen has seen this most terrifying canine apparition. Rosslyn Castle overlooks the site of the Battle of Rosslyn. The battle was fought on the 24th of February 1303 and is said to be the bloodiest battle ever fought on British soil. The Scottish force was a mere 8,000 men, while the English army was almost 4 times larger. An estimated 35,000 men lost their lives that day. It is said that one of the English knights was a cruel master of a large black hound. He had trained a dog to be out of its mind vicious, and when released it would kill indiscriminately. The English knight was the only one who could even come close to handling this massive dog. During the battle, the English knight was brutally slain by a Scottish knight, whereupon seeing this, the vicious dog attacked the Scottish knight. Alas, in defending himself from this canine titan, and being unable to peaceably subdue the beast, he was forced to kill the dog. That very night, as the Scots rested in the confines of Rosslyn Castle, the spirit of the slain dog appeared in the guardroom. Much to the terror of the billeted troops, it would lunge its unsuspecting guards and soldiers, sending them into a fright. The ghostly dog was even seen chasing young children and laughing evilly at their expense. The ghost dog had finally found its home in the afterlife, where it could terrorize without reprise. As the dog appeared nightly, the soldiers nicknamed it Moth Duke. Eventually, the night came when the dog appeared to its master's killer. The Scottish soldier was walking down the passageway when the dog burst out of the shadows at him. The man screamed in terror when confronted by the soldiers. He ran for his life and succumbed to shock later that evening. The scream was the last sound uttered from his lips. He died 3 days later. Today, on dark and stormy nights, the phantom hound is heard baying over the wind and snarling at passerbys. Meanwhile, several dog walkers testify that their normally biteable dogs will go crazy near the castle ruins, as if they are seeing something that we cannot. The Black Hound is not alone in hunting Rosslyn either, for a Black Knight on horseback has been reported on several occasions, possibly a victim of the Battle of 1303, possibly looking for his long-lost dog. He's been seen along with the ghost of a white lady, who is also reported to frequent the area. And that's the Black Ghost Dog of Rosslyn.
Chaimo gonna fein Chaimo gonna fein Chaimo gonna fein Schachi legachi Nie dogono chejewam Nie dogono chejewam Nie dogono chejewam Muhammad hachir Volle grieën zich leeg. Volle grieën zich leeg. Volle grieën zich leeg. Aan een breedje vreugdkijk. Gai morgen nog gaan wijn. Gai morgen nog gaan wijn. Gai morgen nog gaan wijn. Schatje, nie gachie.
Top 11 Heritage. Now remember to check out my YouTube channel. It's got Celtic music, podcasts, Gaelic language, Gaelic song, Celtic history videos, plus lots more. And my Facebook group where you can give me your inputs and insights on all things Celtic. But before I let you go, the trivia question answer. The Rock of Cashel. Martian leaving Drozda. Bye for now. But I'm going to let you go with a song.
Goodbye, Bobby.